Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
It's our daily show right here. It's not that general election anymore. Hold on. Lower third ain't liking me today. CJ Nasello, it's our daily show, and the sun rose again on this Wednesday morning at 9:03. We got a good one for you. Going to be talking to Great Rivers and Routes here in about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes, who's counting. Then at 10:10, Lacy McDonald joins us for On This Date 100 Years Ago, where she'll be filling us in on her weekly article she writes for us at Riverbender. Plus, we go a little bit more in-depth and behind the scenes on it and just have some fun. Then at 10:35, we're talking to Blake or to PJ and Wesley, the upcoming perishable food drive for Blake Snyder's birthday is coming down the pipeline, and we're going to get all the details on that in ways that we can be a part of it. But, you know, just right off the bat, we'll take you right to top of the hour news, and here's what you need to know. At 9:03, here's what's happening around the Riverbend. In the 2024 general election held on November the 5th, Madison County voters turned out with 133,637 ballots cast from the 184,000 plus registered voters. Donald Trump won in Madison County and obviously in the national race, 55 to 42%. Nikki Budzinski narrowly defeated Joshua Lloyd in the 13th district, while incumbents Mary Miller and Jason Plummer ran unopposed in their respective districts. Local advisory questions showed strong support for election worker protections, a proposed tax on high-income earners, and expanded insurance coverage for reproductive treatments. Results remain unofficial until mail-in ballots are all the way counted. Part of one of those questions was this advisory referendum in which 56.5% of Madison County voters supported exploring the possibility of separating from Cook County to form a new state. The advisory question, which asked whether the Madison County Board should engage with other Illinois counties about this potential separation, saw 71,695 votes in favor and 55,108 votes against. The outcome indicates a significant interest among residents in investigating statehood options, though the implications of this decision remain to be clarified. Further information regarding the next steps for the county and its future within the state are expected to be released soon. We'll finish our election coverage with this. The Associated Press officially called the race at 5:45 this morning. Fox News and others had the race called last night around 12:30. Donald Trump was elected the 47th president of the United States on Wednesday, an extraordinary comeback for a former president who won with a win in Wisconsin. Trump cleared the 270 electoral vote hurdle needed to clinch the presidency, and he is returning to the White House, the 45th and now the 47th president of the United States. As still a couple of races out there, Arizona, Nevada, and Michigan, along with Alaska, just waiting for tallies. But so far, they're all leaning towards, they're all going for Donald Trump. Back to top of the hour news. A significant water main leak led to the closure of Godfrey Road in both directions from Jackson Lane to Taylor Avenue stoplights. The Godfrey Fire Protection District took this precautionary measure on the evening of November the 5th due to safety concerns resulting from the leak's damage. The road is currently was considered unsafe prompting authorities to advise motorists to find alternate routes. Here was a little bit of the sights and sounds of that. John Hendrick, the owner of Riverbender, was on the scene last night, and we'll take you there now as he was right there to witness it all and get some more details.
Election night, November 5th, we're on the Godfrey Road and we're looking at a water main break that caused a lot of damage to Godfrey Road and closed it down for the evening. We're looking right now at a heave in the pavement. You can see the pavement is raised about 3 or 4 inches there. It kind of looks like a puddle, but it's not. That's this concrete, or the asphalt rather, that is split. If you look over here, there's another split where it's raised up. I guess the pressure from the water has raised the pavement. This damage looks like it goes all the way from where Little Caesars restaurant is down past Ranch House and all the way down to Shivers Ice Cream, or Shivers Frozen Custard. And crews are out here working on it. I understand it's an IDOT problem here, or at least it's their territory. Looks like they're going to get out some equipment here and try to maybe knock down the humps so they can open the road back up again. We don't have any official report yet from anybody here in charge, but just wanted to get out early and show you what the damage was looking like. Obviously, all 4 lanes of Godfrey Road have been closed down for quite some time, for at least maybe a couple hours here this evening. And they're going to be closed for a bit longer, it looks like. Get the full story on RiverBender.com.
Oh, and welcome back. You know, always great to get some more sights and sounds of that. We'll have more updates for you as the morning trickles out. I just forgot to go live on Facebook. How about that? Welcome in to the social media crowd. You know, I never even pay attention to that. I need to start doing a better job. With that water main leak, we will keep you updated. I don't have an updated story in front of me yet, so I don't want to go any further on that. But John Hendrick was out there last night getting some sights and sounds of that, and really appreciate the effort. Also on November the 5th, a brief mudslide occurred in the 700th block of Broadway behind Abbott Machine following a heavy rain that we all encountered in the Riverbend region. The incident unfolded around 10 a.m., causing several tons of dirt and small trees to cascade down the hillside. The mudslide damaged some small power lines, prompting a response from Ameren, which ensured that there were no power outages. The slide moved an aerial lift approximately 30 feet and created a hole in a diesel tank. Local authorities are assessing the situation for any further necessary action while Ameren was continuing their repairs. A 2-vehicle crash involving semi-truck trailers occurred on Interstate 55 southbound near milepost 27, resulting in one person being transported with injuries. Here's what we know. The incident took place around 10:47 a.m. on November the 5th, prompting response from ISP Troop 8. Preliminary investigations are underway to determine the circumstances surrounding the crash. The right lane of the highway has been closed to allow emergency response and investigation efforts. Details regarding the individual's condition and the cause of the crash have not yet been identified, with further updates expected. We have more for you on that massive amount of rain that we encountered yesterday. That heavy rainfall did lead to multiple mudslides and flooding all throughout the Metro East. Areas like the 3,000th block of Sand Road in Edwardsville were declared impassable and prompted warnings to residents to avoid the areas. The National Weather Service said rainfall amounts reached 9.5 inches in Jefferson and St. Louis counties, while Madison County recorded around 7.5 inches of rain. Although more rain was expected on Tuesday afternoon, as we all saw, it trickled out, and now the sun's made for a beautiful Wednesday morning. The JCH Medical Group proudly announced that Dr. Christy Elving Dial, a family physician with over 20 years of service in Jerseyville, has been awarded the degree of Fellow by the American Academy of Family Physicians. The honor, conferred during a recent convocation in Phoenix, recognizes physicians for their exceptional contributions to family medicine and commitment to ongoing professional development. The doctor's dedication to high-quality patient care and community health has made her a trusted provider in the region. The AAFP Fellowship highlights her extensive experience in educational efforts and that compassionate approach to healthcare. A few more election stories for you in this top-of-the-hour newscast. In St. Clair County, the 2024 general election featured several competitive races. Unlike many of the surrounding counties, this is a little bit quiet on a Tuesday night for old Dan and I. Democrat Mark Kern won re-election as county board chairman with 54% of the vote against Republican Ryan Musick. County coroner Calvin Dye also secured his position, defeating Dean Darnall with 51% of the vote. The notable upset of the night that we were following on the broadcast is Cindy McDonald, who unseated Kenneth Williams Sr. for circuit clerk with 52% of the vote. Additionally, Michael Crockett Jr. narrowly retained his county recorder of deeds seat, winning 50% of the vote against Republican Jason Madlock. Amanda Warma and Brian Triska also emerged victorious for the St. Clair County Board of Review. Unofficial results continue to trickle in across all of the counties in the Riverbend area. We'll take you through a few more. In Greene County, Independent Craig Michael Grummel defeated incumbent Republican Donald Schaaf for state's attorney, garnering about 60% of the vote in the coroner's race. Republican Brady Milnes, unseated Danny J. Powell in the Greene County coroner's race. In Calhoun County, Lucas Fanning secured 80% of the vote to retain his state's attorney's position, and Amy Ashby won the circuit clerk's position with 65% of the vote. Jersey County, and that was in Macoupin. In Jersey County, they had no local races, but voted on the Cook County separation referendum. It was just a light day. And definitely wasn't 2022 in Madison County, that's for sure. That's a look at top of the hour news. 9:14, little bit of change. It's 53 degrees in downtown Alton. Let's take you to weather now. 53 degrees, it feels like 56. Humidity at 93% today. Less humid with plenty of sunshine. Visibility, Brian Trust, for 10 miles tonight. Mostly cloudy. Air quality right now is good at 50. Mold is up. They're calling it moderate today, but it was up over yesterday's count, so be mindful of that. And the UV index is moderate today as well. Temperatures will reach 61 degrees today. They'll drop down to 43 overnight as we head into Thursday. On Thursday, a high of 60, a low of 37 degrees. On Friday, a high of 62, a low of 44. And on Saturday, we're getting rain, a 95% chance anyway, a high of 58, a low of 53 degrees. And then on Sunday, the 10th day of November, we're getting closer and closer to Veterans Day. 69 degrees for the high, 46 for the low. That's a look at the next 5 days, but here's what's happening now. It's 53 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 56 for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. You can stay up to date in real time all the time by going to RiverBender.com/weather. And before we take a look at downtown Alton, all righty, let me hit you with some knowledge. You got a couple of nice weeks left of this year. A couple of nice ones, because it's all nice now. It's beautiful outside. But as we get closer to Thanksgiving, that big ol' ass list that you had for your to-do list in your house, for your yard, well, it's going to go extinct. Extinct because you're never going to look at it again next year. One of those things on that list has to be some type of decluttering or cleaning up some type of mess. Listen, I've seen some of, and I'm not picking on you. We all have problems, but I drove by some people's homes, and they need Sparks junk removal. That's kind of where I'm going with this. I mean, if your hot tub's been out there since Bush was in office, it's time to throw it out. That pump ain't on. It's time. It's done. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that chicken coop or whatever's in your backyard, or if you're like me and you got a rotten out burning barrel that's time to go, that thing's got to go. I'm just going to call Denise and say, how can I get rid of this? Can you do it for me? You know why? Because for 30 years, she's been the queen of junk removal. And what I think's even better is now for the next 30 years, she's the queen of junk and the queen of trash. You know what I think's really great about what Denise does is it's not just doing the service. That's great, and we love that. It's the fact that she truly cares about the environment when it comes to this. I mean, having trash trucks that are netted, big thing. There's no trash falling off of her trucks when she's taking it to the dump. Also, whenever you're getting rid of clutter, I mean, there's some folks that, have this beautiful furniture. It's a little bit older, but it's not broken. So what Denise does is she'll take that furniture, she'll put it in her warehouse, and, whether or not it's for, 90% of a discount of what it would have been worth if you go to a resale shop, she's going to be able to secondhand that and kind of do it in a way where it stays out of the landfill. The landfill is the last destination for trash in Denise Sparks' mind and junk. She always tries to do it in an environmentally friendly way. Christmas is getting ready to come up, and she has some community projects each and every year, and I love talking about them, and we'll get her on the show and talk about them then too. You can go to sparksjunkremoval.net, and you can join the purple and yellow movement. Those trash cans, as I have said for months, are mating like bunny rabbits and popping all up the 618, and it's because Sparks is the best. Sparksjunkremoval.net, and reclaim your space today. Hey, before we take a quick pause, downtown Alton, more after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Dibs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ and Desello on RiverBender.com.
I'm gonna sing it to my friends when I go round in circles, when they fly high like a bird up in the sky, when they go round in circles.
Oh, you're perfect. 9:24. Cory Jobe is in the studio. How are we doing this morning, Cory?
We're doing great. It's the sun shining. We need no more rain.
Oh my
I think
goodness.
we got enough rain in 2 days for the next couple months.
I think we're good until spring.
I think we're good for a little while. My yard is flooded, that's for sure.
Man, you ain't a kid. It's the only time I ever thought I'd never had a water feature before, but
Lakefront property we have, right?
Mr. Jobe, it's been a great run of things for Great Rivers and Routes, and it's been exciting to be in the region and seeing all of this happening. And this Byway Discovery Center that's coming down the pipeline, and it seems like 2026 is what I just read. Very exciting, but also just the growth that the counties in your coverage area are experiencing. This has got to be great.
Well, it's I'm celebrating my 4th year here next week.
Already?
It's been 4 years. Wow, where does the time go? Causing so much fun and trouble in the process. But no, it's we've had a good run. Since the pandemic, some obviously small business owners are still feeling that, and with cost of product and prices, I understand that. But we've had a really good run here in the region. Since 2020, visitor spending's been up $100 million.
Wow.
In 4 years. Now that's starting to level off again a bit because the world's reopened, right?
Right.
You can go anywhere in the world you want. We're a great road trip destination, 3 to 5 hour drive market. We know where our visitors are coming from. We know who our visitors are. So we're hyper-focused on them. And so, that 3 to 5 hour drive, road trip destinations where we're solid. And, in those, and then in the last 2 years, outdoor recreation spending is up over 20%. So we know a lot of people are coming here to enjoy our outdoor product, our natural resources, our state parks, the rivers. our bike trail system here in Madison County. And so, you know, we got to continue to develop that and grow that product as we continue to meet that demand.
Well, and I think that your region is so unique, and just and how it kind of lays out, because those are some things that I'm kind of privy to, just kind of seeing, you know, you have rural, municipal, you have small towns and suburban, you have every walk of life to really capture and showcase what makes them great for their region too as part of that. And I think that Great Rivers and Routes really does a good job with their projects. I'm not saying patronizing because you're bigger than me, Cory, but
no.
you know, I mean, from Granite City to all the way down the map, I mean, to the things you've done in Edwardsville and onward, it really does match what that community really does feel and look like.
Well, you know, it's interesting. We have we really have 4 national scenic byways that cross our area, and there's 7 in the state. But the 2 most iconic on a global scale are Route 66 and the Great River Road. And, you know, I tell people you might as well make hay while you've got it. And Route 66 is going to turn 100 years old in 2026. And so I've been fortunate. The governor has appointed me chair of the Route 66 Centennial Commission statewide. But we started an initiative 4 years ago where we went to the legislature and said, hey, we have the centennial coming up. We need to be prepared. Look what Oklahoma is doing. Look what other states out west are doing. So we wrote legislation to put $4 million in the state budget to help local communities along Route 66 from Chicago to the Chain of Rocks Bridge, which is in our area. And that was successful. And then it's just appeared in the governor's budget every year since. So the last 4 years, we've had over $16 million in grant funds that come directly to destination marketing organizations like Great Rivers and Routes from Chicago to us, to help build product, roadside attractions, and we're seeing that momentum. International travel to Illinois is up 17% over the previous year, and we're seeing increases in that as well.
Well, and just to follow up on that point, which is a great one, there's 2 points that actually. Number one is it's great to know that in the world of Southern Illinois maybe doesn't get some of the love, to know that it's this is included in the governor's budget, or has been each year. That's a good note, and really good to know. The other thing that I find fascinating is I talked to Rich Henry before he passed away, and just a great man,
wonderful man.
And I'm always big about numbers, but you truly get a sense when you talk to the folks that are on the ground and living it. And some of the things that he was saying, because we've had him on a couple of times, was just about all the new faces from out of the country that were coming in, and how incredible it was, and how big this was going to get because of the occasion. And it's just great to hear that too.
Well, and business owners like Rich and others have seen, unfortunately, his passing, and I know the family's going to try to keep it open. It is a unique site.
It really is.
And when you think about global travel, it's maybe not as a big domestic road trip, but I think the Centennial will help that.
For sure.
Internationally, Route 66 is the ultimate bucket list road trip. And when we're talking to international tour operators and media, most travelers, when they go on holiday to the U.S. from an international market, they're on the road 3 to 4 weeks at a time. And so that's the epic road trip of a lifetime for an international travel. But yes, I mean, the state of Illinois does pump a lot of money in tourism, and I get a kick out when somebody says, we're not a tourism destination here in Alton or here in Madison County, but yet last year we had over almost $880 million in visitor spending in our 6-county region, and $600 million of that was in Madison County alone. So when you talk to a business owner like J.D. Lorton up at Aries, or Mike Kelly at the Cracker Factory, you could just name them one after the other, Ben Allen at Loading Dock, they'll tell you without the visitor economy, there would be no business.
Right.
And so the visitor economy, it helps our small business owners. And so, yes, we have a great, unique position that we're in right now. And Route 66 with the Centennial brings new attention to the Great River Road, too, because we're the only place in America where Route 66 and the Great River Road meet.
Well, exactly.
So,
Well, and too, what I think is really wonderful is just the fact that everyone that's in that region is all on the same page too. Really does get on the same page and really rallies around this goal.
Yes, well, one community can't do it on their own. We used to be back. We're going to celebrate our 40th anniversary in business in 2025. 40 years, the Great Rivers and Routes.
It's incredible.
It started as all around Alton, but everybody knew in this 6-county area when we started to grow, they couldn't do it on their own. And so, Alton can't do it on their own, Edwardsville, Collinsville, et cetera, et cetera. And so it's our goal and our mission to drive travel to and throughout our 6-county community. You could stay in Alton for a couple of nights. You could be at Lloyd Hopkins Field in a tournament, but you've got to have something to do in between. And so you might drive up to Grafton, you might go over to Edwardsville, who knows where you might go, but the dollar is staying here in our 6-county region.
Well, and you just, crystal ball moment for you, because the big thing I've been talking about lately is this idea of sports tourism.
Yes.
And, no one realizes, I don't think, and it's for every sport, but I know mostly for soccer how much money some of these tournaments can really bring into a community. And, now that we have some fields that aren't as playable as they could be, but it seems like our region, especially the Great Rivers and Routes map, near that 255 corridor, has some wonderful opportunity there, especially in Edwardsville, Plummer Park, and all those, in O'Fallon too. Is there an opportunity to grow that sports tourism map?
Absolutely. You just teed it up nicely for me, because, last year we hired the Huddle Up Group, which is a national leading sports tourism planning organization, and they do plans for big destinations like Vegas and Portland and Chicago, but they do destinations like us as well. What's so unique about us, we're centrally located in America. We're close to an airport. We're on Amtrak, an interstate system. We have great product, leisure product for families and players to go do while they're on a break from a tournament. And we have good outdoor facilities. We've got, with the Plummer Park 2 expansion, that's going to be incredible. What we don't have is an indoor facility.
That's true.
And we've been talking about this. And there's some communities that we're meeting with, but the growing industry in hospitality and travel has been sports, youth and amateur sports. I'm not talking professional sport.
No, not at all. That's what I mean. It's just these clubs like Gallagher and all that.
Yes, and so, that was over a $50 billion industry last year. $50 billion in America.
Yeah.
Youth and amateur. So it's a major opportunity. A lot of communities are looking at it. I think we have a great opportunity for one facility in Madison County.
Yeah, I agree.
But we don't know where that would be yet. We're talking to some communities. We're talking to Madison County government. We've talked to Alton. We've talked to Godfrey. We've talked to Granite City and others. Edwardsville, I think, is really focused on outdoor, which is critically important. It's interesting. We just received a $500,000 incentive grants from the governor's office, DCO, and the Illinois Office of Tourism to attract new sporting events. So we're going to have a series of rolling announcements over the next several months that without this incentive fund, these events wouldn't be calling Great Rivers and Routes region home. And we'll be announcing those as the winter months roll along. And these will be for 25, 26, and 27.
That's incredible. Well,
so just a little investment can really go a long way. And you may not see it as an elected official or as a John Q. Public.
Right.
But when a tournament, for instance, NCBA 1 and 2, that have called Lloyd Hopkins Field home for the last 2 years, and now again next year, they fill all of our hotel rooms. They go out and eat. They buy gas. They shop. They play while they're in the area. And that has a major ripple effect on our local economy. You may not see that as an average Joe, but when those youth tournaments come to the region, and it's only on weekends, right? So we need a facility that our residents can enjoy Monday through Friday, and that we can book nonstop Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's the key for an indoor facility. And we've got studies. I think people are open to it. We don't need to cannibalize ourselves here in the region. One, within the county is enough.
Well, and on top of that, too, I want to go back to that facility. But, just a little bit more behind the curtain on those tournaments, that I think is so important is it's not just the area. If they have especially vendors set up, no one really talks about what happens when that vendor has $1,000 day and goes and puts $250 out at a local restaurant to celebrate, and what that means. But also on the flip side with officiating, because it's become a great career, early first job for so many kids that are able to clear a couple $100 a week, and so there's a little bit more to that too that maybe folks don't understand. I don't think.
Well, I'm telling you, sports tourism is not going anywhere. You know hundreds of people that have kids that travel. How about keeping them at home?
I think they'd all say
yes. To us
that's been the problem.
And spend their money here. I know tons of people that go every weekend to see their daughter or their son, bring their grandparents, maybe aunts and uncles, and they stay and they eat and they shop. And that can happen right here in Madison County. It can. We are so primed for it. And so that has been our effort over the last couple of years, making sure that we educate local officials. You know, we have a regional sports committee that we have formed out of that, not a commission, but a committee. And we're also seeking, you know, the state legislature last year allowed for tourism improvement districts to be created, which is not a tax. It's just a user fee on a hotel room that goes to a dedicated fund for things like a location, an indoor location, or some sort of athletic facility. And it's needed. And so I think you'll see more and more of that discussion taking more public space over the next year. We've just been laying the groundwork privately with elected officials. And so, youth sports is not going anywhere.
One final thought on that, too, and I know it's still early, but would this facility be a multi-sport facility, or would you be looking to,
this would be, you know, I would say 100,000 square feet.
Okay.
It would be what I describe it as 8 to 10 basketball court size that could be converted to volleyball, that could be converted to wrestling, dance, cheer, gymnastics. So a multitude of things, but also have a center, an athletic facility center for locals. So you could have programming for your local residents that could use it Monday through Friday. You know, indoor type things that your local residents want. So
cool.
So when, you know, there's been a lot of conversation about 25 or 30,000 square feet facilities, but that's okay. But you're not really seeing a true economic potential. What will happen if you build this? You're going to need more hotel room. You're going to need more hotels, period. We don't have enough hotel rooms now. I think when you see the Plummer Park 2 and all that happening out at I-55, the Park North development in Edwardsville, there's not going to be enough hotel rooms for that development. And so, you know, that will spur even more economic development. You know, they're building these athletic facilities in the middle of nowhere across the country.
Yeah.
And then everything's building around it. And so we're so centrally located. And I think that's what the Huddle Up group study showed to us, that we have great leisure product. We're so centrally located. We just don't have the facility development to compete right now on the indoor.
Before we take a pause here and come back, I gotta, you know, kind of ask you about this too, because I think sometimes, and you hit it. That's why I started the show. You don't need to go to New York or LA to do anything anymore. No. You can do it right here. There's so many things to talk about. But sometimes I think that because we're living here, we don't really see the cool things and the greatness. What is there anything that you can kind of correlate to why maybe it takes some time for hometown residents or maybe the local residents to really understand that these numbers are there?
Well, everything takes time, right? You know, you know, you've got to do a lot of education. I think in the tourism perspective, I don't think people believe the numbers, and I'm not making these numbers. These are from U.S. Travel, Brand USA, the state of Illinois. We study the heck out of I spend more money out of our budget each year on studies and economic impact reports and understanding where our visitors coming from, data. But you present these numbers, and I don't know any other sector in our 6-county region that's producing that kind of spending.
Yeah.
It's big. I mean, this is a tourism economy. It really is. And so, you know, I think it's a lot of education. It's a lot of holding hands. And it does take time. I've learned, you know, I grew up in Southern Illinois. I spent a lot of my life in Springfield, Illinois in the government.
Right.
And then I was in Chicago for 5 years, and now back downstate. But I've learned that it just takes time. And you know, I've had to learn that a lot, sometimes the hard way.
Right.
But it takes time to educate people. And look, it's not building a major sports facility is not cheap.
No, well,
you know, it's probably to build 100,000 square feet, you need 10 acres. I'm just boiling the numbers down.
Right.
You need 10 acres. It's probably $40 to $50 million investment when it's all said and done. But that $40 to $50 million investment does help with your local residents, but you can pay that investment off over time because indoor sports turns a quicker profit for that facility than a outdoor
easily.
bat and ball.
See that. Yeah.
Now, the outdoor bat and ball generates a ton of economic spending at hotels and restaurants and shops and gas.
Mm-hmm.
But probably doesn't pay for itself as fast. The indoor facility does. There's tons of studies out there on the market. Synergy Sports Facilities Company.
Yeah.
Those are the two leading sports development companies out there.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
You got a moment to stick around?
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry about my sports and my sports tourism rants. I'm a big proponent of this.
You're talking
Cory.
right up my alley, so I love it.
We got a lot more to talk about with the president and CEO of Great Rivers and Routes, Cory Jobe. More of our daily show on this Wednesday morning continues right after this.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Dibs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
And you know it will.
9:44. You know, I'm telling you, Cory, I've always said the best show is not what's on the air.
You are right.
If these muted microphones could talk,
Exactly.
I wouldn't have a job. Back to our daily show with the president and CEO of Great Rivers and Routes. You know, the big thing that I got really excited for, and I've said this for a long time, was seeing those first concepts of the Byway Discovery Center and seeing the initial concept of that beautiful walkway overlooking it. Is this coming down the pipeline in 2026, or was there an overlook on that?
No, it was originally planned at Piasol Park.
Yeah, was there an overlook on the bluff that was like put into that?
There was going to be a viewing stand.
Oh, that's what it was. I was excited about that, but now we're still getting this just down the road.
We are. So earlier this week, yes, we announced our final, let's take a step back.
Okay.
And this happened 2.5, almost 3 years ago now. We initially applied for an EDA grant. EDA is the Economic Development Administration at the federal level. They were putting out some ARPA funding for tourism across the country, and we originally pitched this idea of Byway to creating new product along our 33-mile stretch of the Meeting of the Great Rivers National Scenic Byway, which we administer, that byway as well. And so we got knocked out in the first round, very highly competitive around the country. So then former state Senator Rochelle Crow and I were talking, and she said, let's try to pitch this to the state. And we did, and we were successful. We got a $10 million capital grant awarded or approved in the state budget in fiscal year 22.
Okay.
We're in fiscal year 25 now. So it took about a year. That was a part of the capital grant where it's in the Build Illinois bonds. I'm getting in the weeds here, how the funding happens.
Following, yeah.
So the funding finally takes place, and we got our notice of grant award about a year ago. So in that time, a lot of different things had taken place. We were trying to find property. It's not an Alton Visitor Center. It's not it's a byway discovery center. It was always intended to orientate visitors to what the byway is, a working river.
Not to cut you off, but I almost considered it a hub more than.
Yeah, I would say it's it would be a hub for the byway. There's not something right now that celebrates the working river or the towns that make up the byway, our natural resources, our outdoor recreation, all those sorts of wonderful things. So we had already undertaken had successfully awarded our architect, which is local in Edwardsville, our engineer, SMS engineers here, local, our urban planners and architects, and landscape architects out of Naperville, and then our museum consultants, designers, and builders, which is Taylor Studios out of Rantoul. So all Illinois companies that are working on it. We had already had them under contract, spending a lot of money out of our own pocket, not a part of the grant. And so we were having a very difficult time finding a location that would not be financially draining on our organization. And there were a lot of missteps in certain locations. And so we had always looked at Piasall Creek. We liked what the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers was doing there. We know Piasall Creek is a great paddling spot, and we know a lot of boaters take launch there. And so we circled back with Great Rivers Land Trust and said, hey, we think this fits probably the byway's narrative better. The U.S. Army Corps is doing the island restoration project up there. Great Rivers Land Trust is a wonderful organization that is taking back property and turning it back to natural resources.
It's amazing
what they're doing quietly behind the scenes, really doing wonderful things. And they bought that marina up there and bought all that commercial and filled the marina in and had these big plans for green space. And when I took the architects and everybody up there, we said, this just makes sense. And so our board of directors a couple of months ago agreed to move forward. And we're now moving forward at Piasall Creek. And so what we wanted to do was update new drawings, new designs, because we are on the clock with the state.
Yeah.
The state, we always had to have the money spent by March or April of 2026. That was always our deadline. And so we had even at one point in time thought about giving the $10 million back. And then my board said, well, Cory, if we give the $10 million back,
when are you going to get it?
They're never going to award us a grant again. And that $10 million really doesn't come to the Bureau. None of it does. It's money in, money out. It's for product development. And that's all the things we've done. We're launching a new kayak kiosk program. There's going to be 10 kayaks in the area that'll launch this spring. They're being installed right now. So we're trying to create all this new product that visitors want with outdoor recreation and nature-based tourism. Back to our earlier conversation, up 20% the last 2 years. And so we're really excited. We should probably be breaking ground on the Byway Discovery Center sometime in early spring. It's going to be an aggressive build. We know that, but we are close to going out for public bid and following all the state procurement laws sometime in early January. So there'll be a lot of momentum going in the first of the year. And then along with that, that's about a $7 million project. That's going to be a 4,500 square foot building, about 1,600 square feet of exhibit museum space. It's going to have lecture facilities. It's going to have some outdoor learning labs and other things there. But then at the Confluence Tower in Hartford, we're really excited about because there hasn't been anything spent there since it opened over 20 years ago. And, when I came in, that was closed. The Confluence Tower, the mayor at that time had closed it.
That's right. You're 100%
right. It had been closed for a couple of years. And I worked with the current mayor. He's been wonderful. And we reopened it and started hosting tours, and we manage. Great Rivers and Routes Tourism Bureau manages that facility. We actually manage 5 visitor centers in the region. We manage
I didn't realize that.
The Alton Visitor Center, We manage the Lewis and Clark Confluence Tower. We manage the West End Service Station in Edwardsville for the city of Edwardsville. And then we just renewed our contract on a competitive bid. We manage the Audubon Center at Riverlands. Wow. And we also manage the National Great Rivers Museum, their visitor services. Yeah, so most people don't know that. So yeah, so we know visitor.
But just to touch
we have visitor
on that,
center experience.
Cory, you guys have to be good at what you're, and I mean this because if you weren't knowledgeable, I mean it's not just you running visitor centers. I mean you're talking about going from West End Service Station down to Audubon Center. It's having this knowledge on how these different properties run.
And you know we have a great visitor center specialist staff. They're retired individuals. They're really great people that do a wonderful job day in and day out. But so the Lewis and Clark Confluence Tower is going to see a major facelift and expansion. You know, we're going to be spending about nearly $3 million there we're expanding the museum and visitor center experience. We're building the state-of-the-art playscape, probably be the coolest playscape in our 6-county region. We're going to expand the park and some learning labs exterior and be able to tell a deeper story about the Lewis and Clark and the American Bottoms experience. And so both of those projects simultaneously will be happening at the same time. So it's our goal and the state's goal for us to find one general contractor, which we've talked to several in the region already. They know the bids, the public process is coming. And it'll be a new investment, new product, $10 million that is coming to the region. But you know, CJ, over the last 3.5 years, Great Rivers and Routes Tourism Bureau has probably brought nearly $20 million in grant funds back to our region that we're spending right here in Alton, that we're spending in Graft, all up and down around our region. That none of it goes to our bottom line. I mean, I'm opening the books here to you publicly, because a lot of people see us get these grant funds, but none of that goes to operations. And so our community partnerships, like what we have here with Alton and Collinsville and Edwardsville and Granite City and Woodward, we have several community partnerships that are based on food and beverage taxes, hotel motel taxes. That goes to help market, to help sell tour operators and motor coach, to tournament rights, so sports rights holders. That's where that investment goes. And I always tell elected officials, you know, there's 8 of us at our office. You could never, the city of Alton or the city of Edwardsville could never hire 8 employees for the dollars they're giving us as an investment. That's true. In really making tourism shine here in the 6th County
I 100% agree. And I think a common misconception is because everyone with grants is they always just think you just sit right on that, well, how much is that guy taking home? Well, nothing, because, and the whole argument I always have for this, the grants, if it's not coming to us, are going to other folks. So the fact that we have this and have a champion for grants and have some, and it's going to split up between a couple of different towns, but one town can't have the world. It's not how a region's successful.
Correct. And, you know, it's we've got a great relationship with the Illinois Office of Tourism. We've got a great relationship with DCO, but we have relationships with the National Park Service, the National Trust for Historic Preservation. We have great relationships with the Federal Highway Administration and IDOT, because under the Biden administration, whether you like it or not, there is more money being pumped into infrastructure, roads, bridges, ports, than in our lifetime. And you know, we had a hefty discussion on our board whether we should be going after these funds. And if we don't go after them, somebody else will.
100%.
And we've been able to go out. You know, the state of Illinois hadn't invested in national scenic byways in over 20 years. And now we're going to see that investment take place. You're going to see some things happening here along the Great River Road. You know, we have a corridor management plan for our meeting of the Great Rivers that was established in 2007. We're in 2025 almost. We've already achieved all those things that were done in 2007. We need to update our corridor management plan so we can seek additional funds and projects. And a lot of things have changed in this area.
And on top of that, too, Cory, I mean, you know, people always talk about how beautiful this is. Well, it's beautiful, but timing's always a scary thing, too.
Correct.
Because, yes, time does wonders, but it also can do some bad things. And to manage this and to add these new additions to beautify the corridor, to enhance it, that's what you need.
Well, and you know, we have so many assets that need attention now on this byway. From the San Vidalabine Bike Trail to Pierre Marquette State Park. We need a full-time ferry operation in Grafton. We need better access points for our boaters and fishermen on the Mississippi. All these things are current infrastructure, not problems, but need to be addressed. That's what we should be focusing on a region. When you look at I go back again, 20% increase in visitor spending for outdoor rec, nature-based tourism in the last 2 years. It shows you that people want to come here. Pere Marquette State Park is gets more visitors. It's the largest state park, gets over 2 million visitors a year, but it needs some help.
Yeah.
The lodge needs work. We need to upgrade the amenities there. I love, we have a great relationship with Nate Gettin and his team at the park, but they need help.
Yeah.
And we can be their champion. But as a region, that's the sort of things we should be focused on, is how do we improve the infrastructure? How do we improve visitor amenities that not only drive economic return, but help us as a quality of life for us as residents, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we're coming up to the top of the hour. A couple of minutes left.
Yep.
What should we? Is there anything else that's coming down the pipeline we should be privy to?
Well, I would just say to your listeners, I would just keep following our website at riversandroutes.com, especially with the two projects that we've talked about here briefly, but also what we're doing in sports tourism, Route 66. You can find all that if you go to riversandroutes.com and then hit the Destination Development tab. We just launched a new 10-year tourism master plan for the region, which we're really excited about. When I started here, we'd never had a tourism master plan. I believe in planning and strategic plans.
Well, you have to, yeah.
Yes, it keeps us kind of following what we need to do. So we're committed here, and this is going to take some time to get accomplished. But go to our website. That's where you can find all the latest and greatest information of things we're doing.
Well, this has been a great conversation. 40 minutes of one. I hope you guys got something out of it at home. Cory, you're always welcome back. I know you're busy, and thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you for having me in. It's been great.
No problem. 9:49 is the time, or 59. I do get paid for my job. 9:59, I'm blaming the election night coverage. Coming up to top of the hour news on the 6th day of November. Top of the hour news smacks you in the nose, and then Lacy, McDonald, and Hayner take us back 100 years ago in the city of Alton.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Dibs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display
Looking for
and
the best
preserve,
barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. God dang it, I spilt my water everywhere. Hold on here. 10:05. Lacy's going to join us here in a second. Hold on. Water and technology don't mix. You know, there's a guy, oh my goodness, when I was in radio, Don't have any water near the table. It was the worst. Oh my goodness. It's like you can't drink water. You got to step out in the hallway. Not in this studio. You know, we'll take it. All right. Mess is cleaned up. 10:05, Daily Show, smacking you in the nose. I need more music. Hold on. I didn't get to do a real intro. 10:06, welcome back. Welcome back. All righty. Top of the hour news on this beautiful Wednesday morning. We do have an update for you on this issue in Godfrey, and this is truly the only news story. Illinois American Water is conducting emergency repairs on a main break that began on November the 5th yesterday. RiverBender.com had that video. We played it during the election night show. We were keeping you updated during that coverage. It affected residents along Godfrey Road. The repairs are expected to take approximately 8 hours to complete, during which residents may experience service interruptions or low water pressure. As part of the response to the main break, a boil order has been issued for the affected area, which is expected to remain in effect until 12 a.m. on Thursday. Residents are advised to bring any water intended for drinking or cooking to a roll and boil for 5 minutes. Water can still be used for bathing, laundry, and other common purposes. We're going to take you back to that video now. This was something to see. John Hendrick, the owner of RiverBender.com, was on the scene last night, and I'm telling you what, this buckle was something that could have been dangerous, and John Hendrick has it from here.
Tuesday night, election night, November 5th. We're on the Godfrey Road, and we're looking at a water main break that caused a lot of damage to Godfrey Road and closed it down for the evening. We're looking right now at a heave in the pavement. You can see the pavement is raised about 3 or 4 inches there. It kind of looks like a puddle, but it's not. That's this concrete, or the asphalt rather, that is split. If you look over here, there's another split where it's raised up. I guess the pressure from the water has raised the pavement. This damage looks like it goes all the way from where Little Caesars restaurant is down past Ranch House and all the way down to Shivers Ice Cream, or Shivers Frozen Custard.
And as we just said a couple of minutes ago, as we were reading that story from Dan Brannon, the repairs are expected to take about 8 hours to complete. At 10:08, that's a look at what's happening in this 10 o'clock hour in downtown Alton. Lacy McDonald, 100. Don't even sit down. You're coming right into the studio. Next.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
you.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasillo on RiverBender.com.
Okay. I have to match Jeff when he says okay. In the song, he says okay. I was okay. Yeah, you know, it's a timeout thing. Alrighty. I only got an hour and 19 minutes left. Halloween! It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. Don't you put that damn garland out until I'm done talking about this. The witches, the spooks, the jesters, the clowns. And that was just watching national Okay, no, they're like their light will be in their glory tonight, is what the Alton Evening Telegraph said on this October 31st, 1924 evening. What was it like in Halloween? 100 years ago.
I think it was a lot of really interesting homemade costumes. Yeah, Halloween doesn't end in Alton until we talk about it on CJ's show a week later. Yeah, I was talking to one of my coworkers today because I try to make the articles match when the articles themselves come out, match the time period. But then it means that a week later, we're talking about the Halloween parade. Part 2, because we did talk about it a little bit last week.
And what I think's great is it's just a continuation of part 1, just like the Halloween movies.
Well, there we go. We're creating.
Tying it in today at 10:12.
Gonna get even more Halloween articles, guys. Get ready. No, so 1924, they had the parade. And then it ended in a grand masquerade dance at Turner Hall. So in the early years of the Halloween parade, they culminated in this very fancy dance, which obviously we don't have that part anymore. But the parade itself, even though the parade route has changed a little bit, the parade itself is kind of similar to what it's always been.
Really? Was it a long one?
Well, there were 30 floats. And in 1924, okay, so 1916 is when it started, when the parades started happening. And I mentioned this last week. This was a shock to me, but the first Halloween parade was held to celebrate the completion of a very long, drawn-out street paving project.
Yeah,
on East
we were
Broadway.
talking, we were talking. Isn't that so amazing?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like something so iconic for Alton was because of the street paving project. And so the street paving project went from Henry Street to Cherry Street. And so those were opened for the first time on October 31st. So the part of the parade went down from Henry to Cherry Streets in 1916. And then, again, in 1924. But the first versions of the floats, one big difference is that they weren't necessarily cars. They had like handheld floats, like people carried the floats.
I wonder how many of those folks did the ancient Egyptian emperor or empress, float idea.
Yeah,
because it's literally built for that.
Right, it's totally built for that. You wouldn't even have to be creative. So yeah, that was, I guess, the kinds of costumes and the way that the floats went down the street, and some of them, later on after the first couple of years were car or some sort of driven. But that was one thing. In the first parade, there actually weren't supposed to be any cars in it, but everybody was so excited to get to drive down this newly paved street that it was the floats, and then a whole bunch of people got in their cars and came down the street.
Get in!
Yeah, they weren't supposed to. But this is just about 1924, but one really fun thing that I've seen in photos of Halloween parades over the years is that you kind of see what was popular at a certain time. Like you can kind of tell when the Snoopy, like the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown came out, because then there were 5 different floats that were Snoopy or Charlie Brown related. There was a Charmin toilet paper ad that was apparently very popular, and a lot of people were inspired by one year.
How old is Charmin?
This was
God dang
70s or before, so I don't remember the exact date. But
man, Charmin's had a trip around the sun.
Yeah, some apparently very effective commercials at one point.
I mean, just seeing so not being funny.
Okay,
but okay, what happened? Did they have someone sweep after the horses?
Oh, you know what? So okay, I don't know if they'd had horses, because they very much talked about having hand carried.
So like horses weren't, because in the Labor Day parade, wasn't there a horse in the pit? I'm looking at the pit. I see a horse here.
Well, what year is that?
Oh, it could have been from 1905 too. It could have been a different one.
Or yeah. When we talked to the Labor Day parade. Oh well, yeah. But I mean, I think that at that point they were always having people having to clean up after.
Like
the horses.
were they? I've always wondered that. Like, how did that? Did you have a designated city sweeper like for that? Like, was that a thing?
Okay, I would say I'm sure you did, but I also read a report, I think it was called The Advancement of Alton from 1916, that talked about some of the problems that we were going to have to figure out as a city. And one of them was that there were so many dead horses in the street, and that needed to be taken care of.
Oh, yeah, that's healthy.
So...
Oh, my God.
I don't know if there was I assume there was a designated person, but, I mean... Cities have always dealt with figuring out where to spend their resources and what resources they have.
God
so
damn.
I don't know.
I mean, but you think about this. You drive by and you see like 2 or 3 cars broken down on the side of the road, and you go, man, that's a bad day for that person.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine galloping down the road on your horse to see 7 dead horses, on Elm Street.
Right.
That's that is amazing for all the wrong reasons.
Amazing for all the and then you've got a health, like you said, it's a health hazard.
It's a very big health hazard.
So
I mean, that's a huge animal.
Well, that's part of why.
Whoa.
That's part of why sanitation has been such a big difference between people being alive and everybody dying.
Right. Well, I love the whole thing.
Places.
People get so mad at me when I think jet skiing's good, but don't put your body in that Mississippi River.
Oh, yeah.
And no one realizes until 1964, there was only one way for the waste to go. And that's where, isn't that amazing? It wasn't until mid-60s. It's amazing. And that's still floating around. That's still probably fish food, out there from someone's great-grandfather.
Well,
sewage is what I'm referring to.
Sewage is dangerous. I don't think people,
dangerous.
Because we don't have to deal with the repercussions the way that they had to in the past. Like, we don't understand how lucky we are to have proper sanitation, proper sewage in a lot of places.
Here's something I've always been fascinated about, and I don't know if you guys have been at home, but before those regulations are in place, like before the sewers are installed and all that, and you have all this treatment facility, could you tell that there was a problem? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you know, was there just like a known thing that, man, this is pretty unhealthy? Did it smell different? Did it look different? Did the river have a different patina to it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what were some of the concept clues, if there were any, before regulations implemented?
Well, I mean, we could talk about all kinds of different regulations. This is great. This is great. But I mean, like we talked about the city dump being at the foot of
amazing.
Henry Street, and then moved. I mean, it was right next to the water, and we were just letting everything go in the water, and it was burning. I've seen photographs, early photographs from early 1900s, where the sky is just black in the middle of the day. I mean, because of all the industry.
No kidding.
Like, you're just in a cloud of smoke. And I think there were also pictures.
Not a good cloud of smoke.
Right, of like children smoking and that too. But, so I would say that regulations can be very good for our health.
It seems like nothing's really changed from 100 years ago to now. Do you know what? I swear to God, this was something too. I mean, we're talking about the parade and we'll get back to it. But, this new generation of children, okay, let me tell you something. When I was in the transitionary generation, where it was like some kids were still smoking cigarettes before the vaping and all that, but no one really smoked cigarettes because you were kind of just looked at as the dirty kid, when you did. Coming from a guy that smoked cigarettes for years. But, it's like amazing now. I swear, when I was coaching the middle school team, how many kids I saw with a nicotine vape at 11 and 12 years old? I'm like, what are you doing? But then I think about it logically because, emotions get the best of all. You're like, what the hell are you doing? Then I'm like, well, it's no different than the 70s when these kids had Camels just in the middle of the pit at Alton High, and I mean, it really isn't that much. It's just kind of like the new smoking, but it was before my generation could truly take it. Does that make sense? Am I rambling?
It makes sense. I hate
Is it just more sad than anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
that's fair. That's fair. We got a live audience, folks. Not everything's a laugh. But but you know what I'm saying? It's just amazing, though, what our generation's X is compared to the generation 100 years ago's X.
Right.
Very fascinating.
Right.
So back to this Halloween parade.
Okay.
How long did it last? What was the time?
Oh, gosh.
I swear if I have to start degrading a local publication again for not getting all the details in their articles. You know how much flack I caught from that whenever I said that about not knowing the final end game for that woman. Remember I kept trying to figure out what happened to Norma?
Oh,
this was weeks ago.
The horse swap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got in trouble for saying it. I didn't get in trouble, but it was called tasteless for making fun of not having detailed information in that article. So I got to be careful today. Okay. I got to be very careful.
Okay.
Tiptoe around this.
You know what? That's a really good question because I have no idea. I have no idea how long. I mean, it was a while. And also people just like kind of hung out in the streets and.
Now, was there a party that followed?
That was when they had the masquerade
That
ball.
was after the parade, though,
After
correct?
the parade.
Because we talked about that already.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to remember.
But they also had a lot of just like parties, like at individual people's houses. And I think we talked about last week, like this was kind of before trick-or-treating where you go door to door. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, even before, and I looked before 1916 just to see like if this is what made Halloween really important in Alton, and that wasn't the case. They were already doing a lot for Halloween. So it just kind of happened this way because that was what was that was the holiday coming up when the street paving project was finished. And they talked about it being a sort of Mardi Gras for Alton. So I do think we've kind of like kept that spirit of it as well. And they had a band. They had the White Hussar Band performing at the beginning. And so we still have like the Marching 100. We have bands as part of it and just people walking as well as the floats. We still have that. So things have changed, but not drastically.
Interesting. What was our infatuation with clowns?
I don't know. But there were a lot of circuses back then. And clowns are really well respected in a lot of that because they were seen as artists. And I think it was more...
I'm not laughing at all. It's
okay.
It's my it's just the more when I just never thought of Bozo the clown as an artist. But it's funny though because I say that and I think of it as entertainment. But I mean, 100 years ago that was art because clowns were a lot different than clowns today.
Yes.
I mean, it really just seeing some of the routines from like the true quote unquote like legends of clowns.
Right.
It is amazing.
Right.
Like it's actually like sadness, happiness. It's everything in one.
Yeah, you would have like different kinds of clowns.
Yeah,
like
it's amazing. Some did all of it. Like in one of their, it's amazing what.
Right.
But it's just funny though that crossover because clowns today, make a balloon animal and they call it a good day. They might, squirt some water in your face. Back then, these guys were like the Rubik's Cubes of entertainment.
Well, yeah, and we were experiencing entertainment by clowns like on a personal level a lot because they came through with the circus or they came through with it was usually the circus. They didn't just come through randomly, but I hope not. But yeah, it was not I'm sure there were like creepy clowns, but we also didn't have like we didn't have like
I don't think were there scary clowns back then?
There had to have been.
You would think.
I think that clowns can be scary even if they're not scary just because it's sort of that like what is the thing where something is like we almost recognize it as human but not quite the I
have so many bad jokes to make right now but I'm not going to.
I'll think of it later. There's a term. But I don't know.
So let me ask you about this.
We didn't have a lot of scary movies with clowns.
No, let me ask you about this.
Okay.
Gacy, that was a good clown scary movie. Why is Halloween spelt wrong in the Telegraph article?
Okay, so this actually made it really hard. It's spelled wrong. It says notice to Halloween celebrants, and in that one it's spelled wrong because it only has one E.
Well, and there's an apostrophe.
But that's actually how they used to spell it.
Are you serious?
Yes, and so it was like HALLOWEN, which made it extremely hard for me to search for Halloween because it wouldn't come up on the page.
I see the typo. You're right, because in the heading it has just Halloween, and this one's Halloween.
Yes. Yes. So what I ended up doing, and my coworker Beth suggested it because I was like, I see that Halloween is supposed to be on this page, but I'm not able to it's not being highlighted. I have to search everything. And she said, why don't you put a space in between the E's and see if it picks it up that way? Because it wasn't picking it up with the apostrophe, and the space made it work. So you have to make technology work for you because it wasn't recognizing the apostrophe. It doesn't work well with punctuation, but it could recognize the apostrophe as a space.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So was there any good prankage going on back? Was there a horse that was put on a roof somewhere? Upside down sheep.
Well, it's upside down. They just suspended in
the
midair.
70s when they put the Christmas trees on the ceiling and dropped them down. Do you remember that?
Oh,
they do that with
that was
sheep?
kind of like a style
Yeah, it
for a
was.
while there. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I thought was really interesting was that in both 1916 articles and 1924, they talked about basically the Easton Improvement Association having these events kind of distracting people from doing really bad stuff.
It was actually a public safety deterrent. Yeah.
Super. Yes. It helped people be better. So it was not as bad after the Easton Improvement Association started improving things with the Halloween parade, I guess. But yeah, so previously there had been people they always talk about what the young boys were doing, that were piling junk in front of people's shops so they couldn't open the next morning. Yeah, scrap metal. And then soaping windows was going on this whole time, both before and after the Halloween parade started happening.
You clean their windows.
I mean, I guess it would.
When I hear soap,
be sort of.
You
helpful.
got me there.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that was.
We got 2 minutes.
But yeah, so they talked about how somebody at one point had put a buggy on top of one of the Upper Alton stores, and that did not happen in 1924. So there's just a tiny bit of mischief. It was practically mischievless, I think, is one of the things that.
Oh, okay. So what you do is you layer the window with soap. So when the person starts cleaning it, they're like, "Why is there so much soap?" It's like
you layer the window. What does that mean?
So you take a bunch of soap and you layer a bar of soap and you'll scrub it on the window. So that way when they go and start cleaning it, that's all. When the water starts hitting it, it's just going to be soap.
Oh, okay. So there's more and more soap.
And you got Jerry, what's the deal with all this soap?
Okay.
There you go. Soaping windows. Actually, they said this is one of 8 Halloween pranks that won't get you arrested anymore. So.
Well, there you go. I did think it was interesting that the Alton police chief said
Peter
that they
Fitzgerald.
were. Yeah, Peter Fitzgerald.
I remember that.
That soaping of windows is strictly forbidden, and prosecutions will be visited on those who in any way damage property. So he specifically talked about soaping windows, didn't mention any other things that would be a problem, and then said that they would prosecute. So I don't.
Well, and he says damage.
Right. So is soaping windows damaging enough to be prosecuted?
Maybe Alton got misinterpreted what soaping was and started throwing the bars of soap through the windows. Soaped you.
Yeah. Yeah. They just took it way too far.
What's new? What are you writing about next week?
I am writing about goldfish. There was
a snack that smiles back.
No, the fish that don't smile at all.
You saw Goldfish change their name for that marketing play for 2 weeks.
They changed their name.
Oh my God! It was called something sea bass. It was this whole weird name.
I didn't see it.
I'll end with it. But yeah, So what are you writing about? Goldfish?
Okay, yeah. So there was a grocer here named Casper Horn, and he had the biggest goldfish business in the state of Illinois. So you get to learn all about the goldfish industry
There
next
you go.
time.
Or, as we call them now, the Chilean sea bass crackers.
Oh, that the crackers are the Chilean sea bass crackers?
That's what they're now called.
Okay.
For a couple of weeks, that is. All right, Lacy, we did it again.
Okay.
Have a good rest of your Wednesday.
Thanks.
And all
You
of
too.
you aren't done yet. You better stay there. We'll come back with more Daily Show right after this.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Dibs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our Daily Show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back. Daily Show smacking you in the face on this Wednesday morning. 10:33 is the time. We got Wes, PJ in studio. How are we doing today?
Good.
At least it stopped raining.
It's finally.
Oh my goodness. Needed a kayak to get into work yesterday. This is a really great event. Pints and Perishables in honor of Blake's birthday is going to be coming down the pipeline. And Wes, let's just start off right off the bat. When is the event and how can we participate?
The food drive starts Friday. It's Friday evening, 3 to 6. And then again, Saturday morning, 9 to noon. We'll also have a mobile blood drive there Saturday morning. Blake's birthday's tomorrow, and as impactful as he was when he was alive and helping people, we thought, what better way than to do something to help others? And so we started this blood drive last year. We raised, I think we collected 4,200 pounds of food.
Wow.
We sent it to the Crisis Food Center, the Women's Ministry Center, Jerseyville Churches, and then the Boys and Girls Club. So we hope this year we can, go from 4,200 pounds to, 4,500 pounds, 5,000. Let's fill up the
Hell with
trailers.
that, 8,400 pounds.
let's
Let's
go
double
for it.
that
I'm
number
all
up.
for it.
I'm ready
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
Well, and when we were talking about this last year, I mean, what better way to honor, Blake and his birthday than, doing something like this, which is really just seems like to me from all accounts the embodiment of who he was as a person, a community-focused event in all facets. And blood right now is so needed.
Right.
So to be able to pull that off, and I mean, we were trying to talk about it a little bit before, but I mean, blood drives are not easy.
No, there's a lot of paperwork that goes into them, but hopefully this year we start off small, and next year we can do that blood drive bigger, better, and really fill the banks.
And now, this time around the Horn, Boys and Girls Club are going to be the recipients of the
They'll
food
be
drive?
recipients along with a couple other.
Really cool.
Yeah. So.
Well, PJ, fill me in on the Boys and Girls Club side of things, and also just kind of the connection that you have. I mean, it seems like really a personal way to collaborate in a way that helps so many kids in this region.
Sure. Yeah. Obviously, Wes and Blake and I all played soccer
Right.
there at Alton High. And, your dad being our coach as well. So
many trash cans kicked on Gordon.
Oh
Moore
yeah,
sidelines.
very much so. So yeah, there's that personal connection there with Blake and Wes, and just with Mustache
Yeah.
March. And so as far as the Boys and Girls Club go, last year, like Wes said, we were one of the many recipients from the items collected during the food drive. We have about 250 kids enrolled in the program, the after-school program right now, and usually probably average around 130 or 140 that actually show up every single day there. And obviously after school, they're there.
That's incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids there.
Wow.
A lot of kids there. And usually every year for registration, there's a line out the door. And unfortunately, sometimes we can't get every single kid registered because it just fills up. So with that being said, they have an after-school program that they get fed snacks and drinks and things of that nature. So a lot of what was donated by Mustache March from the food drive was given, used for the kids. Also, we have a pantry out front of the Boys and Girls Club that basically is used to keep it stocked for homeless individuals in the area that can come by at any time, day or night, and grab stuff out of there as much as they want. Unfortunately, as soon as it's stocked, it usually gets depleted pretty quickly, which is good that people are using it, but we always need more.
Well, it showcases the larger need that's out there right now. And I mean, and you know this 10 times better than me, just being out in the community and knowing some of the folks that are struggling too.
Sure.
And, just from when I had the delivery business before I sold it, there's folks that don't have front doors still in this
Sure. community
in different parts near, the Sunnyside areas and things that
Absolutely.
I was seeing kids that didn't eat for a long time. And during, school, thank goodness Alton School District during COVID, was still trying to at least bring one meal a day out to these
Right.
kids because they weren't eating. And so to have this powered by the Mustache March for PD really is a full circle moment that goes so much farther beyond just this one event, really.
Yeah, I mean, when we delivered food last year, we were told that one of the food banks helps at least 250 families a week.
A week?
Yeah, and I mean, we had a trailer full to them, and they said it'd last like 3 days. And I mean, we had a lot of food, so that was really eye-opening at how bad things really are, and you don't see.
Yeah.
So, and I forgot to mention, and I want to make sure to get a shout out to the Roxana Junior High. They did a food drive this year, and they were challenged to fill up the back of a police car. They filled it up and another truck, and they'll be they'll be delivering that Friday afternoon. So big shout out to Miss Meeks over there. She's part of the Mustache March now, and she's done a phenomenal job with the food drive this year.
What's that mean to both of you to see Mustache March just as a whole continue to grow the way that it has? I mean, because, and I told you this, Wes, and I told Tina this as well, is, last time we were on, it has the makings of not just a national, but I mean a much larger organization just because of the passion that you guys have, but also the fact that folks are willing, able, and ready to join and grow this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it all started, everybody knows how it started a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I think for me, personally, it's, these officers get a bad rap a lot of, and I'll say this all the time, and I'm probably repeating myself, but these guys have a bad rap, and, they're human too. Their job requires them to do some things that, unfortunately is not fun for them. But so if we can show the community, hey, these guys are human, they want to help you just as much as you want the help. We're here, so.
Well, and to add on to that, Wes, I mean, it's that and some, because you're showing that we can help too, and just like some of those donations that you all have made to various police departments around the Riverbend, especially in Jerseyville with, was it Canines last year, or was it Ballistic Fest in Jerseyville?
Last year it was warm or cold weather.
Cold weather apparel.
Yes,
But it's things like that to where, that is a pretty good morale booster for somebody that's a part of the organization that's helping one of these missions. You're going, hey, you know what?
Right.
I got to help, the police departments today in a specific county or region.
Right.
Why don't we do this? 10:40, can I take a quick break?
Yeah.
We'll pay a quick bill, come back with more about this, and see how we can help get to 82 or 84?
84.
84 to double up. 8,400 pounds of perishables. We're going to take a quick break. More Daily Show hits you on this Wednesday after this.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Times I feel like Jesse James, still trying to make a name, knowing nothing's gonna change.
10 foot.
What
Hot damn. Sucker was loud. It's like some of the cars in the neighborhood. You know, the weirdest thing, I gotta say, I was at a stoplight by Jack in the Box yesterday, and you know, normally people don't know how the volume works in their car, but this was special, okay? I have never heard Night Fever bumping on a subwoofer at like the sound of a rocket ship. Could you imagine Night Fever with the subwoofers blowing out in your car? I mean, we have definitely, there's something changing in society, you know?
Absolutely.
You know, before we go back to the event for in honor of Blake's birthday, Boys and Girls Club has a lot of really great things that we can do to support the group throughout the year. And Tennies and Ties is normally a pretty big fundraiser. Now we're getting a little bit of a newer event.
Yep. So next Thursday, November 14th at 5:30 out at Lewis and Clark, we're having what's being called now the Mission Possible fundraiser. So we just changed names from Tennies and Ties to we wanted to try a new approach.
Yeah.
It's being labeled more of a friend raiser than so obviously it's still that we're still there to raise money for the Boys and Girls Club, but just a different theme to it this year. So that's all that information is on the Boys and Girls Club Facebook page. If anybody wants to check it out, they can just go to the Facebook page and.
Well, let me ask you this. What's it like being with the Boys and Girls Club and really seeing how the organization works? Because, it's one of those where just like I kind of imagine Hainer and all these words, they're public institutions for so long that we kind of just think we know all what they do. But I'm sure being actively involved is such a different experience.
It is. A couple years ago, Al Womack, the executive director, he approached me and had never really thought about it, and he came to me about it. And once I thought, I mean, it didn't take very long for me to think about, joining once he asked. And, being from Alton, born and raised in Alton, I just thought it would be, time to get back to my community that I've, been trying to do, since I've lived here my whole life. So it's a great experience, being able to see the kids, all these different events. Speaking of the tennies and ties, like the kids are there, going around, interacting with a lot of the adults there. And it's awesome to see them, and then you get to see that it's benefiting them directly. So it's been a great experience so far. So.
It's just, and Al does such a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
Just the whole crew does too.
Yeah.
And, Wes, it's got to be nice too for Mustache March and I guess the group as a whole to know that, when you're looking for organizations, I mean, the Boys and Girls Club not only checks every box, it does it and then some, and you know that your donations offer a great cause and going towards a great initiative.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Blake was huge. I mean,
yeah,
he would help a kid, he'd give him the last, dollar to his name if it was, to make a kid smile. After he, died, we heard all kinds of stories of crazy things he did for kids on scenes and stuff like that. Wow. So, some of these kids, this might be the only meal they have on the weekend is the one they take home on Friday or out of the box outside. So if we can help them at least have something to eat, then, that's,
You hit it right on the head,
right.
Wes. I mean, people don't realize that because we get stuck in our own worlds too much. But there are kids that really don't eat over the weekend if there's no food from school getting sent home sometimes. Right. So it's really good to be aware of that. Now, we want to get to 8,400 pounds. I think we can do this. Right. I really do. I am getting a little bit chippy on a Wednesday morning, but we're going to get this article out and we're going to take this and run with it. So what can we donate? What can we bring with us?
Any non-perishable food item, if there's, feminine hygiene products, stuff like that, bring it. We'll get it to the right people. If you can't come, send us a message. One of us would gladly come pick it up for you. I know APT, Alton Physical Therapy, is taking donations for us until
cool.
in the office this week.
Steve's been a great asset, really just fantastic.
Yeah, Steve's a great guy. I'm glad he started it. So many years ago. Also, if you have a trunk full and you can't unload, we'll have people at the trailer unloading for you, so you don't even have to get out of your car.
This is wonderful. I mean, really wonderful. And now, if someone wants to support this, but you never know, life happens, they're out of town or they see this late. Mm-hmm. Can they make a monetary donation?
Yeah, well, we have Venmo, we have PayPal. If you go to our Facebook page or even our website, you should find the links to all that there.
Really great. And now, are you guys planning to do this next year again as well?
Yeah, this my goal is to make this annual. So
man, Wes, you're putting the work in. You guys are putting the work in.
Let's keep doing it.
Bigger and better every year.
And what I think is truly wonderful about this is, and I mean this just from hearing you, it's not just an event with somebody's name on it. It's an event that truly ties into to who he was as a person.
Right, exactly.
And I just think you guys are doing this right, and that's such a great note to make. Now, you guys can stop by with your 8,400 pounds of non-perishables from 3 to 6 p.m. On Friday, November the 8th. It is wild to say November the 8th is in 2 days. At 3550 College Avenue, that's the home of Alton Physical Therapy. You can also go on November the 9th, which is a Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12, canned goods, and that mobile blood drive, but that's pretty much all but full up, which is a great problem to have.
Right.
You guys are kicking ass in this
We're
event.
We're trying.
PJ, before I let you go, anything else we need to talk about from Boys and Girls Club or anything you're working on, man?
Just like I said, the Mission Possible dinner, and then we will have our event around Christmas time where we take the kids shopping. So
that's a really cool thing.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. So we really look forward to that one every year. So just keep an eye out on the Facebook page, and we'll have events posted on there.
Really cool. Wes, anything else to talk about today?
No, I hope to see everybody
Friday, all right,
Saturday.
I got one question for you then before we go. Who got the biggest berating from Greg Nasello on the sideline?
Ooh. That's probably me. Being a defender is probably me. So.
Oh, there you go.
I did hear recently that the legend has it that the sinkhole at Gordon Moore was caused by all the clipboards he actually threw on the ground, and it finally that was the reason because of all the times he threw it down. So, and it was right where his bench was. So I can't say that it wasn't cause of that. So.
You heard it here first.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more. Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Get paid to go solar. We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
I just got a new air conditioner, top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ and Lacy on RiverBender.com.
Pounding on is a heart of mine. Song to song, I pass my time with these speakers on 10. Your good and gone keeps me up all night alone with songs and the key of life. I'm either gonna get over you or I'm gonna blow out my ears. Yeah, you're out there now doing God knows how, and I'm stuck here having a record.
Welcome back. Oh, man. You know you worked a lot when you feel like you went out and drank all night long. You know? Telling you what. Hey, at 10:54, not really anything left to talk about on this show today, to be honest with you. But honestly, you know, so many times we forget about one holiday between now and December 25th. That's Thanksgiving. And the election just happened, and we're seeing social media, and some folks are very happy, some folks aren't very happy. You win with grace, but remember, you also lose with grace too. And when those conversations at your kitchen table come your way at Thanksgiving, it's always best to avoid them. But, you know, Thanksgiving, and especially right now, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, gratitude, it's a big one. Gratitude has been studied by psychologists and researchers, revealing its profound effect on our mental health. One of the most significant findings is that practicing gratitude can lead to increased levels of happiness and reduced symptoms of depression, according to studies published by Journal Personality and Individual Differences. Individuals who regularly engage in gratitude exercises report higher levels of positive emotions, greater life satisfactions, and improved overall well-being. Gratitude, it also plays a crucial role in strengthening relationships. When we express appreciation to others, it fosters a sense of connection and encourages positive interactions. For instance, simple thank you can go a long way in acknowledging the efforts of friends, family, or colleagues in the context of fall gatherings such as those Thanksgiving dinners. Taking the time to express gratitude can enhance the overall atmosphere and deepen bonds amongst loved ones. You know, so maybe don't start out with, well, I told you so. Start out with, man, you've had a great year, or hey, you're doing some great stuff lately. Fall season can be often a stressful time with the hustle and bustle of preparing for the big 25-day, it's Christmas, school activities and transition into winter. Practicing gratitude, it can serve as a powerful antidote to stress. Research has shown that individuals who keep gratitude journals, writing down things they're thankful for, report lower stress levels and anxiety. Another thing, guess what we do? We forget. We forget about all the great things that are happening in our lives, and we write them down. It puts a little bit of that in the forefront of our mind. So, with that being said, here's a couple of things you can try. Start a gratitude journal. Simple enough. Or create a gratitude jar. This is something you can do every Thanksgiving season. Make it a family or fun activity, you know, and take a couple of minutes, write down your blessings on slips of paper, put them in a jar at the end of the season, gather around and read the notes out loud, you know, and just have fun. Express gratitude to others. It doesn't take much to say thank you. It doesn't take much to realize that just because you left your house late and you're getting ready to blow up that McDonald's worker because you didn't get your coffee in 35 seconds, you had to get it in 2 minutes and 15 seconds, why don't you just say thank you? You know, that's the other thing. Express gratitude. Sometimes starting off small by just thanking a coworker for support on a project or expressing thanks to or gratitude to a family member for their care can strengthen relationships and create a powerful ripple effect of positivity. And practice your mindfulness. You know, practice your routines to enhance your awareness of the present moment. Get in the moment. You know how you do that? See this? Watch this. You throw it. You get it away. You don't need it. Practice mindfulness. Be in the moment. And just enjoy what life has to offer. You can see the full article on RiverBender.com. I am exhausted today, guys. 10:58. And we have a couple of seconds left. Why don't we do this? While I have you, there's one important date that's coming up next year. And I know it's already too early to talk about it, but I'll talk about it now. On April 1st, the consolidated election happens. I'm not talking about any specific race because, God, we just can't take that right now. But here's the troubling part. Tens of thousands of people vote in the cities during the general election, but during the consolidated, nobody votes. Remember, the elections are over nationally, but your local elections matter, and whoever you think, whichever measure you think's the best, whichever person you think's going to be the best, go out and vote for them. Your community needs your vote, because right now, local elections, consolidated elections, they're taking a beating when it comes to turnout. So of all the hubbub and hype in the next 2 weeks of going back and looking at this specific moment in time in October 13th, and, you know, for the national, remember that more important elections are around the corner, ones that could directly affect you. And no matter which way you want to vote, it doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what your neighbor thinks, your brother thinks, your best friend thinks. All that matters is what you think and what you believe is the best course. So remember to mark your calendars for April 1st and get informed by staying up to date on RiverBender.com from news releases and vote in that consolidated election too. I'm all out of time on this Recovery Wednesday, but we'll see you here live at 9 on Thursday for more of our daily show. Until then, just try your best as always to stay out of jail.
He once knew, oh yes he did. He said it would.